Okay, guten Abend für euch. Und ich bin Elwin. Ich studiere in der Universität Innsbruck. And I want to start my presentation with a question. So where do you think I come from? Yeah, most of you could guess that I come from Peru, South America, right? And what language do I speak? Currently English, but in Peru, what language? Spanish and some native language that probably some of you know, which is Quechua. Okay, the Quechua was a language used by the Incas 500 years ago. And the Incas, they have a way to save knowledge. And this was through a QUIPU. This is a QUIPU that stores knowledge. And this is information. This is data. And how it's built. For instance, tonight we will say, we encode this rope. So we will say this is Vienna, this node is Vienna, and this node is Austria. So what is the relation between those two? So Vienna is capital of Austria, right? So this kind of information can be stored in this kind of node. Now with computer science, we can store in the same way, but encoding and maybe building a huge and large QUIPUs like this, but in the digital world. So basically, if I want to add more information about Vienna, for example, what could I do? For instance, I could build more. I can add the population of Austria. I can maybe add information about the flag, about how many regions there are. So a lot of information. This is a QUIPU that stores information about Austria, in this case. So if we want to link, let's suppose that this is a European knowledge graph, or the European QUIPU, let's say, and we want to store the Austrian information. So we just plug in here and link it. And the information is there already. So that's fantastic. But it only can be understood by us because we encode it on this way, right? So there are many ways to encode a QUIPU in different colors, different types of nodes. So the way how we encode a QUIPU can vary across cultures. So you can see it, and I'm a computer scientist, and basically a QUIPU is a physical representation of a knowledge graph, what we call in computer science a knowledge graph. So it has the same structure. It's basically this statement, but in larger. So we have this kind of knowledge graphs. We have the Google's knowledge graph that is used for search engines. So when you Google something, Google asks the huge knowledge graph, or QUIPU, and they get the answer from that. And also there is Amazon product knowledge graph. There is Airbnb knowledge graph. So all the companies want to have a knowledge graph. And what they do with this? So they basically store information about us, about the products, about places, biographies. Even Wikipedia has a knowledge graph, which is called Wikidata. And they store the information on this way. And so what now? So what we could do with this? So with knowledge graphs, we can power chatbots on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Telegram, but also we can power personal assistants. So tonight, welcome to Siri. So Siri, basically, she understands English, so we could ask a question. So how are you, Siri?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Now, what about German? So, wie geht's, Siri?
Mir geht's gut, danke.
Und was ist das Wetter heute in Innsbruck?
Es regnet heute in Innsbruck.
Oh, leider. So, what about if I speak in my language? So, in my Naya Kashanki?
Sorry, I don't understand.
That's the question, right? So there are communities that they don't have enough technology or power to build this kind of QUIPUs or knowledge graphs in the digital era. So they don't have the ability to produce this kind of applications. But now the idea what I come with was to build a Quechua knowledge graph. So I built a knowledge graph in the digital world, and I connected to Siri. And now she could understand me. So if I say, for example, Imainaya Kashanki,
Ajime.
so she's replying, I ask, how are you? And she says, I'm good, I'm fine. And Iman Peru capital.
Capital Peru, Lima.
Lima is the capital of Peru. So that's what I asked. So the idea of having these knowledge graphs is to basically empower applications. But when an underrepresented community, they don't have a knowledge graph, or they don't have enough technology or power to build those knowledge graphs, so we are losing knowledge. And this technology was built 5,000 years ago already. So we should look a little bit to the back, to the past, and learn from ancient cultures. See how they are building, or they save the knowledge, and why we are doing the same nowadays, but with different technologies. So to finalize, the idea of bringing this knowledge graph to life will help underrepresented communities or minority communities to basically empower them and take their knowledge into the digital era. Thank you for your attention.